So in today's video, we'll be discussing or highlighting some of the reasons that could be making you get a visa denial. So remember, I am not a visa expert. I'm not a visa expert. The last reason why you could be denied a visa could be no reason whatsoever. No reason whatsoever. You don't know the reason why.
Welcome to Grace on Board.
Hello world, welcome to my channel. It's Grace on Board and good to see you here. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so in today's video, we'll be discussing or highlighting some of the reasons that could be making you get a visa denial. So could it be a US visa, Shengen visa, whichever visa it could be. So let us try and highlight and see what the problem could be. Okay, I know you're right there watching this. Maybe you got a visa denial, but believe me, this is not the end of it. So let us try and highlight this and see what we can do to avoid that in future. All right, so remember, I am not a visa expert. I'm not a visa expert, but this video is based on the queries and the DMs that I've been receiving on all my platforms, including TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and here on YouTube. These are the lamentations that I've been getting from people and experiences I have been getting from people. And I thought it was nice to make a video to answer all the queries here and make it a platform where it will attract a lot of crowd with the same concern. All right, so sit down, relax, and let's work this out together. All right, so let me start by highlighting one of the reasons why your visa could be the reason why it's denied. I'm not saying it's the actual reason. I'm just saying it could be the reason why. Remember, I just said I'm not a visa expert. So all these findouts are based on the feedbacks, are based on people's experiences on my DMs. Okay, and it's good to share it so that you can see what went down. Okay, so number one of the reasons that could get you rejected a visa, be it a US visa, be it a Schengen visa or any other visa, international visa, leaving your country, one of them could be if you have a criminal record. Okay, if you have been involved in a crime before and you were never cleared and you are there going to try look for greener pastures, applying for a visa, and you still have you're on the blacklist in your country or a certain country. Okay, you've been blacklisted. That would definitely, after they do a background check on you, because I believe once you're applying for a visa, you submit your information. Okay, you submit your personal information, your background checks and all that. Yes, all background checks and all that. And believe me, you don't want them to find that. Okay, so in case you have a criminal record that was never cleared, that will be an automatic reject. So number two of the other visa denial that commonly happen. So number two of the reasons why you could get denied a visa, if you had previously violated the immigration rules of a certain country, right? So let's say you had a visa for 60 days in a certain country and you happen to extend without legal permission, you happen to extend illegally. Okay, so if your visa was 60 days in certain country and you exceeded more than what is on that visa that you were issued, or maybe 70 days, 80 days, and you happen to be deported, yeah, that could be actually a challenge that you overstayed in a certain country, and that means violation of immigration rules. Okay, so that might be a reason unto that. Okay, and number three of the reasons why you could be denied a visa, that would be misrepresentation. Okay, so the person applying the visa is not the person appearing for the visa interview. Rather, I would say it's not the same person appearing at the consulate. Okay, so this happens in cases of maybe you have a twin. Okay, maybe you have a twin. I don't know how these people do that, but rare cases you'll hear about these things. But misrepresentation could really lead to this. Or maybe the things you filled on the DS-160 and the person here, there are two different things. That is something, but I'm coming to that. So physical misrepresentation may really make you get denied a visa. All right. So number 4 of the other reasons could be incomplete documentation or proof. Okay, so I believe in all visas that you are applying, you are needed certain requirements for you to attain that visa. All right. For instances, I see other countries, for example, Shengen. If you're applying a Shengen visa, I did a video on that Shengen visa. Please check it out on how to go about it. You are required maybe a 6 months pay slip if it is not a crew member, okay? 6 months pay slip, bank statement, and all that. And you happen not to submit any of those, that could be the reason why. Sometimes they want to know how your financial stability is, okay? So you need to present all the required documents on your day of interview, okay? And you are sent an email after booking an interview. You are sent an email showing the documents that you are supposed to bring with you on the day of interview. All right, so please don't miss out any of those, because that will not really look good after waiting, after investing much time and money. And yeah, so just make sure you have the correct documentation and complete one. Okay, all right, so moving on. So number 5 of the other things that I feel could be the reasons why, that could be lack of expression, all right? So when you get to the consulate, he asks you or she asks you a question and you start like blah, 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 like, you know, you have to be confident with what you're answering, whether it's right or wrong. Just be confident, okay? Because you could be wrongly confident, and believe me, this thing is about wonders, you know. And you need to have a facial expression. You have to face, maintain the eye contact, and you know what I mean? Just maintain the eye contact, be confident, be audible, listen to everything they're saying, and make sure you answer only what you're asked, okay? Don't answer anything you're not asked, okay? So just that, just express yourself nicely, like somebody who knows what they went to get there, okay? Of course, you went to get the blue paper, okay? Which means approval. So confidence and expression will be a big impact in this particular moment. All right, so number 6 is, remember when you're filling out for a visa, there's this for example, the C1D visa, there's this form we call the DS-160. all right, I don't know whether the other types of visas, they do have a form, but I'm not sure whether they share the same name as DS-160. Maybe there's DS-260, I'm not sure, okay? So that form with that particular name that you fill, the information you fill there should at least match what you're gonna answer on the day of interview. All right, be there any change in between, please be ready to explain, because they're gonna ask you. All right, because there is bound to change, because for example, with the US visa, you book like 6 months in advance, because at most there are no slots. Okay, so you cannot tell me you'll be in the same place doing the same thing within the same time. Okay, so normally some things will slightly change, but make sure whatever you filled at the day of application on the DS-160 is closely matching on what you're responding or what you're answering on the day of interview. All right, it almost happened to me, believe me, but you have to answer with confidence and all that, and make sure you remember everything that you filled. I know it's tough. It's not easy to remember what you filled, because some of you maybe get somebody to help them do that and all that, but just try and match them. All right, good. So number 7 of the other thing that we're gonna talk about, it's gonna be wrong documentation. All right, this happened to one of my fans who reached me out on DM, and they say they got denied a visa, and I asked them, on what ground were you denied a visa? And they say to me, listen carefully, listen to what they say to me. All right, I'm not going to mention the name of the person, but believe me, with the DMs, I'm getting more motivated to do the videos because I want you to be on the lookout. I want you to learn what is going on there. Don't make these mistakes that the other person make. You know, I'm trying to save you out of other people's mistakes, and I know we can do it even better. Okay, so this is what happened to this particular person. So they booked an interview for C1D visa. All right, that means the US visa, okay, for you to join the ship or the airline. Okay, so for you to go to the embassy, you are required some documents, and one of the documents being for C1D visa being a letter of employment. All right, so let's talk about this letter of employment. Yeah, this letter of employment means it has the details of the ship you're joining, I mean the port, the date, the length of your contract, your passport number, and your names. Okay, it has all your details: ship name, ship port, and the date, and all that I just mentioned. All right, so tell me why you will walk in a US embassy with a letter of employment that reads Greece. Tell me. I don't know. Just tell me. You know? Tell me what will make you walk in a US embassy with a letter of employment that is reading another continent in Europe, and you're going to the US embassy. That is a wrong proof of documentation. And that is an automatic denial. And I'm wondering, when this person was applying for the visa, and this gets me wondering, when this person was applying for that visa, what did she feel? As you know, there's so much questions onto this, all right? There's so much questions onto this, but that is what they told me, that indeed they walked in the US embassy with the LOE that reads Greece. Yes. All right, that was automatic visa denial on arrival. All right, yeah, that one was like they were waiting for you to hand you the pink paper. Yeah, because the pink paper is for denial. All right, I feel so sorry for them because I don't know how to call this, but I do feel sorry for that person. I don't want to judge that person, but I don't understand what this is. And this makes me feel motivated to do more videos to educate, because we all have a first time, and that person was a first timer. And believe me, don't do that. Okay, when you're going to the embassy, make sure your letter of employment matches the type of visa you're applying for and the country code. Okay, if you're applying for a US visa, let your letter of employment read US. If you're joining a ship in Italy, all right, let your letter of employment read Italy, and so forth and so forth. Please, that is so important for you who is applying for a visa to take note. All right, yeah, so I get serious sometimes. So number 8 of one of the reasons, that could be lack of clear travel purpose. All right, this now applies to all types of visas: B1, B2, FK, SG, I don't know F what, C1D, and all that. When you're applying for a visa, there's always that question: purpose of travel. Okay, your purpose of travel should be the reason you're traveling. Okay, do not complicate things. Do not complicate things. Okay, so you need to say the reason why you're traveling. For instance, mine was C1D, so I was going to join my ship. Okay, they're gonna ask you, what are you going to do in the US? And you need to answer, okay, I am going to join my ship. I am going to work on a cruise ship. All right, and if you're going to travel on a visit basis or business, explain it. Prove it, show them, and all that confidently. But make sure you do not contradict yourself, okay? Do not contradict yourself. If it's visit, it's purpose, it's visit and visit only, okay? If it's gonna be tourism, let it be just tourism. Business, let it be business. Cruise ship and all that, okay? Are we clear on that? We are so clear, I believe so, right? And number 9 of the reasons why you could be denied a visa, it could be insufficient funds or insufficient means of finance. And this one also applies to all kind of visas, okay? So they need to know, once you're in that particular country, how are you going to sustain your financial needs? Okay, how are you going to survive? All right, you need to prove, do you have a host? If you don't have a host, how are you going to make it? How are you going to manage? All right, because there are bills to be paid. You need to sleep, eat, dine, all that. Yeah, what is the financial support proof that you have? All right, if they realize that you don't have any financial proof that is strong enough for them to prove that you're not going to stay there in that country, okay, if you don't have any of those, believe me, they are going to automatically reject you. All right, yeah. All right, so number 10 of the reasons why you could be denied a visa, it could be, there's this question they always ask people when they go for visa interviews. All right, and this question goes by, so let's say you're applying for a visit visa, so they're going to ask you, so what if you get a job opportunity, would you take it? And you'll be like, oh yeah, I'll take the job. I'll be happy to work. I'm a very hardworking person. I'll take the, mind you, you're there on a visit visa. And they just ask you if you're going to work, if you get an opportunity to work. And you said, yes, I'm so hardworking. I can do it. Even before you finish your last sentence, you issue the pink paper. All right. So don't forget your purpose at the embassy. Do not forget your purpose at the embassy. There's always questions to trick you. Okay, there's always questions to trick you. All right, so the answer should be no, I would not work in that country because my visa is for tourist purposes. All right, I'm only there to visit. All right, yeah. So they're gonna ask you another tricky question about what if you get an opportunity to live there? Mind you, this is a visit visa. They're gonna ask you, what if you get an opportunity to stay and live there? Would you continue with your visit visa and go ahead and stay there? Yeah, and you out of nowhere, out of excitement, without understanding why they're asking this question, and you're gonna say, oh yeah, I have friends there, they would host me, they have, mind you, on your DS-160, you say you don't have anybody abroad. Okay, so the right answer to that question would be, if they ask you if you will extend your stay for visit, you're gonna say no. You're only going to visit there as per allowed time in the visa, or as per allowed time, or as per the arranged time that you have. And in case you want to live there, all right, you're going to come back to your country and apply the necessary visa and do the legal process. All right, you need to do that. Believe me, you need to do that. So another question that has gone online that is commonly asked in the US Embassy, that will be about marital status. All right, so a lot of people think that when they say they're married, that is going to catch the eyes. I mean, it's going to catch the eye of the consulate. All right, when you say married, so they might think you have the family ties and all that. But darling, don't you even say you're married at the consulate without the proof of documents that you're married. No. So a lot of people, they use the word engaged. All right, I watched a guy saying engaged and eventually he was denied. I don't know how that magic of marital status should work, but if you have the answer, please let us know at the comment section, because a lot of people, they ask, yeah, because they want to know if you have ties back home. All right, do you have kids, do you have family, do you have, they want to know if there's something that could bring you back. You don't want to go there and overstay and all that. All right, yeah, so a lot of questions and tricky ones, and things like, have you gotten in trouble with the police before? All right, so that's one, it's your honest answer to tell them, because at the end of the day, they'll have records. All right, so it's you to tell them whether you have or not yet. So it's up to you to be smart. All right, but just be honest. It's gonna save you a lot. So last but not least, the final reasons why you could be denied the visa, even after being clear on all the reasons that I have mentioned. All right, after being clean on all the reasons that I have just mentioned, after having all the documents, after not being in any criminal violations, I mean immigration violations, criminal stuff, and all that, after you have all the documents and everything. The last reason why you could be denied a visa could be no reason whatsoever. No reason whatsoever. You don't know the reason why, okay? They also don't know the reason. They just want to. It's a no. It's a no. It's a no. Imagine you have everything. Don't question yourself. You have everything. You are punctual. You have submitted everything they wanted. You have, it's your first time applying. No reason whatsoever. And this is one of the reasons, the no reason is one of the reasons why most people never understand. Okay? This is why this is one of the reasons, reason that most people don't understand, even after researching. I'm still researching and I don't think I'll ever get an answer, all right? Because once they hand you over the pink paper for denial, they're gonna write that you can always reappeal, or is it appeal after 6 months, something like that, all right? So I don't understand whether it's a decision upon the consulate team or it's, I do not know. I do not know why you find that in most cases, people, they have all the documentation, they're still getting denied the visa, all right? It can be a devastating moment, I believe. I believe. But I tell you what, it's either a yes or no, right? We don't give up. We keep going, all right? We keep going, yeah? I did a video on my C1D video, and this is the video, all right? Please check it out. See my experience at the US Embassy about my C1D visa, all right? See how it went down, all right? You might get encouraged. I've seen people DMing me and telling me, oh my God, after watching your video, I fell, and yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. You are the reason why I did this video. These videos are not for myself. No, they're for the world. And that's why my intro will always be, hello world. Right? It's for you. It's for you to aspire the other one, inspire the other one, inspire the other one, inspire the other one. Whoever is aspiring to join this journey, they can feel motivated, all right? You're right there. You've been denied a US visa. I can tell you that this is not the end of the world. Been denied any kind of visa, this is not the end of the world, okay? It's either a yes or no. There's nothing we can do about that. The only thing we can do is pray, be perseverance, and you can always try and reapply, all right? It's a sad thing. It's not easy, as I mentioned, but believe me, there's always a way in everything. There's always a way in everything, okay? So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me. And did you watch my Miami video? Did you watch my Miami video? Guys, I saw you there. Thank you so much. I do appreciate your time and effort. Yeah, God bless. And as we wind up this video, I would like to say, don't give up, all right? You're almost there. You are almost there, believe me, all right? So I'll see you on the next one. And you guys are the reason why I am here. I'm trying to show off my nails because we have the newest nail bar in town, which is Ray's Nail Bar. And I can tell you, I'm loving every piece of these nails, all right? Please check us out and plan to make a visit, all right? So in the meantime, I'm going to bed. It's midnight, all right? So until next time, see you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.